zero in on the idea of being a dancer, I don't think that every dancer will have the same intention of why they are dancing. And I think we all have our own path as an artist. And some people get to a point wherein they have to question that, and some people do not get into that question because they have always been probably a kind of a dancer who could join any company, even locally or internationally. Or it could be just another dancer who just enjoys just doing the dance. And in that case, I think what is important for me is that we create an opportunity for all of these things to actually exist harmoniously, and that they become a sort of a diversity of dancers that you have in the Philippines, as opposed to say that there should be only one specific kind of a dancer. It just happened that I have become that dancer who wants to pursue it. And I think that should also be as important in this nation, the way we see a typical dancer, the usual dancer would be, because both will serve its function. What to me is unhealthy is to think that my kind of dancer is not as relevant as another kind of dancer who is not asking the same question, or that kind of dancer is not as important as my kind of dancer. I think all of this has to happen and be encouraged, and also be put together and allow it, in fact, all of them to actually create its own dialogue for us to really understand also the diversity of work, and it means also the power of what dance or art is all about. In fact, if I would tell you about the background, I am the specific person you are actually describing. I came from a poor family. I never understood what dance is all about. I never even have seen any ballet performances until I was 28. So it was not really planned. It was something that I was probably going into. So it's probably a kind of a direction that even I am not consciously aware of, but being led to until I became who I am now. So I guess in the end, the important thing for me is for this country to really support a diversity of intention in the kind of arts that we do. In fact, my problem here is that our art is always defined as mere entertainment, and anything that becomes more intellectual than entertainment is actually not encouraged, one, or not supported, two, or actually seen as elitist, or actually seen as snob. But in fact, we need that kind of art too. Otherwise, the kind of art that we have in this country will remain to be in the mode of entertainment. So 2 years ago, there was a Japanese critic who came here who said that the problem in our context is that contemporary dance has not reached a level of being it as art, because dance is only seen more as an entertainment. And all I'm saying is that we don't wanna dissolve or annihilate the idea of dance as an entertainment, but we are saying that that's not what dance is about. There is a big spectrum of what dance is, and all of them is important, and all of them builds a cultural identity, and all of them builds a kind of a nation that we want to have. So, and I guess that's the important thing, which I guess is a big problem in this country. That's why it's difficult to create an audience for contemporary dance. A lot of people will not understand a kind of work or pieces of a contemporary dance artist. So it has become a vicious cycle because no one wants to support it, and so the exposure to it is actually going to be very, very small. So then you really need artists as activists who have to pursue and expand the definition of what contemporary dance is about. So now it has become our role by virtue of trying to exist in this landscape to become a dance activist, because you want people to see a completely different idea of what dance is about. The same thing like a filmmaker would really become an activist in saying what kind of movies we are creating and what for.